We are working our way through 5 rhetorical modes, and we are up to number 4, which is exemplification. Now, exemplification is a big word, but what's the root word of that word? Do you see it? It's example. And exemplification simply means using specific examples of support for our point. Because examples allow us to see for ourselves the truth of a statement that's been made, and providing examples to support a point is one of the simplest and most common methods of paragraph development. You know, I've been saying all throughout this course that specific writing is interesting writing, and specific examples are the easiest way to work specific details into your own writing. In fact, in every other rhetorical mode that we're describing, we talk about using specific examples as our supporting points. In our daily conversations, we often provide specific examples to explain a statement that we've made. And I have a couple of examples here on the screen. For example, Walmart was packed today. Well, most of us, if we make a statement like that, we're not going to simply leave it at that. We're going to give an example of what we mean. As usual, there were not enough checkout lines open, and each lane had at least 6 customers waiting in line. That's an example of being packed. Here's another example. The shirt I bought for the wedding is poorly made. And again, if you tell someone that, they're going to expect more specific detail following that statement. After the very first time I washed it, the color faded, the bottom seam became frayed, the sleeve shrank, and a button cracked in half. Now, from that example, you can see it really is a poorly made shirt. And those specific examples allow the reader to see for themselves. They can see that in their mind, the point that you're trying to make. So when in exemplification, don't forget the writing process. We've been talking this whole course about the writing process. So I'm going to go over the 4 steps in the writing process and what we would do if you were given an exemplification prompt. The first thing you're going to do is pre-writing. We got to get some ideas on paper. Decide on your point and then list as many examples as possible. In exemplification, that's what you want. Lots of specific examples. So try and fill the page with specific examples if you can. So then for support, you're going to need 3 supporting points, at least 3 supporting points. So pick those out, and for each supporting point, give lots of specific examples. Then number 3, organize. You're going to need to write a topic sentence now. You're going to need to put your 3 supporting points in emphatic order. You're going to need to add transitional phrases and then create a sketch outline. Once you have that sketch outline, then you're ready to write your rough draft. So at this point, you're going to have something that looks like a paragraph, and hopefully that paragraph will contain many specific examples. Once you are done with that, you're going to revise and edit. You're going to check for spelling and grammar mistakes. You're going to look for left out words. You're going to reword any awkward sentences. You're going to add variety to your sentence structure. And this will be your final chance to look and make sure you've got just a great amount of specific examples. In the next video, we're going to start the process of writing an exemplification paragraph. We'll do some pre-writing, generate some ideas, and write a sketch outline.